Hey everybody, and welcome to Liberal Face in the 2A Space, Episode 1. My name is Jason, and just a real quick background about myself. I'm a U.S. Navy veteran. I was a firefighter on board the USS Enterprise, and for the last 26 years I've been a lineman. Another aspect of my life I'm very proud of is I'm currently living the sober life. I am 1,689 days free from alcohol and loving every second of it. Tonight's topic of conversation is going to be who should own a firearm? And the short answer is anybody that wants one. Now you'll hear a lot on the Republican side say that everybody should own a gun, that the more guns make us safer. And you'll hear a lot on the Democratic side say that we need less guns, that guns are the problem. And the fact of the matter is the truth lies somewhere in the middle, I believe. Now, my personal belief is that anybody who wants to own a firearm should be able to get a firearm. But for me, that does come with a few caveats, such as common sense gun control. So the question is, what does that look like? To me, that looks like red flag laws and mandatory safety and training. Now let's look at these two things separately. As far as the mandatory safety and training goes, in the last 5 years, I've seen a lot of unsafe things happen inside of a gun store and at a gun range, where I've had to go and get one of the staff members and say, please come inside, check on this person before they hurt themselves or they hurt somebody else. Now, I understand that shooting guns for the first time can be very intimidating, and it can be anxiety inducing and sometimes trigger a bit of a panic attack. So that being said, do your research. If you're interested in getting into shooting, if you're interested in buying a firearm, do your research, find a good local gun store who has a good training program. A lot of them are flexible. A lot of them you can have they have new shooter introductions, they have intermediate shooter classes, and they have advanced shooter classes. They range anywhere from an hour to 4 hours long, anywhere from $50 to $400, depending on what level of training you're looking at. The point is that there's a level of training that'll fit everybody, and a lot of them do have them in reduced size classes, and sometimes either before the shop opens up or even after the shop opens up, just so you're not in there for the first time and there's 15 or 20 people just banging away on the trigger, which can be very sensory overloading. There have been a few times where I've had to step outside because there's somebody in there just banging away on the trigger like it's a screen door in a windstorm. So it gets to be a little bit overwhelming at times. Now, as far as red flag laws go, I think that those would be a key element to gun control and keeping people safe. You'd be able to not really target individuals, but focus on individuals who may have been arrested for DV or convicted of some other form of assault, who may not go on some sort of restricted list yet. Now, that being the case, that's a slippery slope as far as overstepping somebody's constitutional rights and violating their Fourth and Fifth Amendments, which I am not a big fan of, because at the end of the day, I am a constitutionalist, kind of at heart. I do believe in the Bill of Rights, but I also believe that there needs to be protections and guardrails put in place for the general public. And I think that mandatory safety and training classes and red flag laws would go a long way towards towards accomplishing those goals. So that being said, do me a favor, y'all leave a comment down there, down below. Let me know what you think of it. Leave me a like, hit the subscribe button, forward this on to other people who you think might get some, might have some other questions, or might get some good information from this video that's getting put out. Now, one thing that I'd like to start doing at the end of each video is kind of highlight a piece of gear that I have. And this week is going to be some of my EDC, some of my everyday carry. One of them is my MR920. So for the YouTubers out there, it is empty, it is free, it is clear. This is a Glock 19 clone, I believe. And it is a 4 1/4, the compact size. As you can see, I have I got a Cerakote job on there. I do have the red dot with the TLR1. I like this because of the paddle wheels on there. Now, one of my others that's in everyday common rotation is a Stealth Arms Platypus, also safe. So this is on the 2011 platform, but the great thing about this also takes Glock mags. So both of these guns run the same mag. And I wanted to do that so that I didn't have to buy proprietary magazines, which can be a bit on the expensive side. As you can see, both of them are set up with a red dot. Both of them are set up with the same flashlight, which I really enjoy and I really like. So that's just two of my everyday firearms that are in common rotation. If you have any questions, again, reach out, leave me a comment down below. And as always, remember, if you want better in this world, make better. And the only way to make better is to be better. Check on your friends, check on your buddies, and we'll see you next time.